Hey guys, Theron Asbury here with Revital Outdoors. Very, very excited to bring you another podcast. Tonight, we're going to switch it up a little bit. Tonight, we are very, very excited to have Matt and Lafe Messer. They just won the Bassmaster College event on the Harris Chain of Lakes down here in Florida. That event wrapped up yesterday. They had a total weight after 2 days of 61 pounds and 13 ounces. Like, I can't even put my head around that. Like, 2 days. Unbelievable weight for that. They won the tournament by over 20 pounds. Yesterday, the final day of the event, they dropped 36 pounds and 7 ounces and 5 fish on the scales. Completely demolished the record for the single day weight in a college fishing event. So we're very, very excited to have them. They're from Kentucky Christian University. Real quick, just as always, if you're enjoying our podcast, enjoying all the content from Revital Outdoors, make sure you go ahead and subscribe and like to our page. That way you get notified when all of our content is dropping. And then also check us out on revitaloutdoors.com on our website and all of our social media, which is going to be Facebook and Instagram as well. So, but without further ado, I don't want to take up these guys' time too much. Let's go ahead and bring in, we've got Matt and Lafe Messer. Guys, how you doing this evening?
We're doing good. How are you?
Pretty good. Still a little bit in shock.
Now, I would be too. I'm still in shock myself after watching weigh-in yesterday, just as someone that's, mesmerized by fishing in the industry. Unbelievable. I assume you guys made it home safely. You're back at the school now.
Yeah, we just got back.
Okay, good for you. So safe travels getting back. Let's just get into it. Like, how was it coming down to Florida? How many days did you spend in practice? Like, how did you find that unbelievable day on the Harris Chain of Lakes here in Florida?
We left Kentucky on January the 3rd, and we come down and we practiced a little bit before the MLF event a few weeks ago. And it was a real tough practice leading up to that tournament, and we didn't do very good. And then we just figured up some numbers, and we felt like we'd save money if we just went ahead and stayed until the Bassmaster event. And we got a lot of practice in. We spent a lot of time idling, and we stumbled up on something crazy.
I got you. So, well, I assume class is already back in session. Real quick, what year are you guys in school?
I'm a sophomore.
And I'm a junior.
And you're a junior. Okay. So are you guys back in school, or are you doing remote learning with the whole COVID situation, or what are you guys doing now?
It's our first class is tomorrow evening.
First class is tomorrow evening. So, well, I'm glad you're going to be there. I'm sure that the university is very excited with what you just accomplished. Made awesome headline news. So I'm sure there's going to be a lot of talk going around about you guys and your fishing team. Just out of curiosity, how old is your fishing team?
This is about like the third real year that we've had a team, and it's grown tremendously. I mean, we started out with our first year, we had 5 boats, and we got 26 boys on the team and 2 female anglers.
Okay, good for you. So, well, I'm curious. You came down, you fished the MLF college event. You said didn't pan out to you for like very well. Obviously, you didn't catch a 36-pound bad, but you stayed down here in Florida. What did you change up from that tournament until now to prepare for this event?
Well, in that tournament, we kind of took a risk. We made a long run and just went to flip. When we got over there, our stuff was just getting beat up. So after that one, we kind of learned a lesson and decided we needed to just go try offshore and just grind it until we could figure something out.
Right. So, okay. So let's say the official practice was the week leading up to the event. Did you, basically scrap everything you had learned and start over getting ready for the event, or did you find that group of fish throughout your duration between then and now, or what was kind of your game plan leading up into the event? Like what actually happened?
We found one big school like a few days before official practice technically started, and I mean they were there, and it was like we pulled up and first cast caught like a 7, then a 5.5, and then a 4, and we just kind of babied it for the rest of the time, just kind of kept an eye on it. And the second school, I mean, we're running 70 miles an hour across the lake, and just we come off pad, and as soon as the side scan started reading, they were there. Like it just
landed right on top of it.
I can't explain it. And day one, we ended up fishing that school, and we fished till about 10 o'clock and had like 25.5. And we could see the other school, and there wasn't a boat on it all day. And we decided that it was probably best to just kind of lay off of it and try to save some for the next day because we didn't know what the weights were going to be. And then day 2, we started on the same school that we had fished the day prior, and it just wasn't happening. And then we switched to the other school, and it was just
it's fire.
It was crazy.
Well, I got to ask, and I know this is going to be a really personal question, but were you in Little Harris, or were you making the run to Apopka? Like, I mean, everyone's kind of curious.
We were making the run in the MLF, and it didn't work out for us. But in the Bassmaster tournament, we were just going to Dora.
You were going to Dora. Okay. And I assume, based on the conversation we're having, graphing the fish and all that, you're offshore.
Yeah.
Not very far, though. It was like probably a cast and a half from the bank. It was just enough to where people were putting their boats on top of them, and
never known they're there.
Right. Did you have a lot of company out there?
They were a lot of boats in the area, but it was just real small spots. I mean, just maybe the size of 2 trucks beside each other, and they were just stacked in there.
Okay.
Like we were spot all day, both days, just making cash.
Really? Did you have any boats trying to come in on you? Were they really that close? I mean, obviously catching 36 pounds on day 2, and I guess you caught a little over 24 on day 1. You're going to have a lot of people watching you doing what you're doing. Did you have a lot of pressure, guys trying to come in on you, or were you pretty much able to set up and do exactly what you wanted to do with it?
Well, we had some boats that was probably like 5 boats within 300 yards of us, but none of them really. We was trying to hide it pretty good on day 1 because we didn't want to leave our school and then everybody just come right in on us. But day 2, we pretty much just spot locked there all day, and everybody gave some space and didn't really mess with us.
Okay. Did you think you were catching pre-spawn fish?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. So cool. Well, was it grass that you were fishing that like led off into a hard spot? Was it a shell bar? Like, what just made those 2 schools that you talk about magical?
There was like Kissimmee grass around the bank, and then like scattered patches of eelgrass in the area. But then it was just both places were the most dense shell beds that we found the whole time we were down there. It was like when you were dragging your Carolina rig, it was just nonstop shell, and it was just kind of like a spot within a spot. I mean, it was just a great pre-spawn area. We had several canals and like patches of pads, just a lot of places for them to go to spawn, and they just a lot of them staging up to do it.
Okay. Was it just a big fish both days of the tournament? Were you catching a lot of small fish in there? Did you catch a limit pretty quick and then you were able to call out? I mean, how many keepers do you think you were catching a day?
Well, day 1 we pulled up and caught straight clones. Like every one of them were in between 4 and 5.5 pound. And then day 2 we pulled up, and the first 4 times I set the hooks that morning, 3 of them were 8-pounders. And we only ended up catching like 7 fish all day, called out a 4.5 and a 5.5. But we never did catch no little ones. I mean, they were straight bigs.
You guys had a better 2 days of fishing there than anybody would have dreamed of, even on like headwaters. I mean, I'm serious. Like, I just can't get my head around. What's that?
We almost got beat.
Well, no, but
I was really we was like a pound away from getting beat.
Well, I'm still, that's just unbelievable weight. So, I mean, down here in Florida, almost getting beat is 2 ounces. So you did have a little bit more cushion than you realize, especially this time of year, because these fish are. Let's just back up a little bit. You had the worst weather conditions possible. You had cold front coming in, which just knocks the fish in the head. Where you're fishing the Harris Chain of Lakes, it's not deep to begin with. We had a full moon going on. I mean, it couldn't have got any worse. And I think yesterday it rained on y'all, didn't it?
Yeah, it did a little bit. The weather, like we were afraid of the cold because, I mean, that's always what we've heard, that the cold in Florida, they don't bite. But I honestly think that the up and down weather trends that we were having and the cold really like helped our bite a pretty good lot, just because it kept the fish out there and it didn't let them go.
Right.
That's what, I mean, we found them when they stuck around a long time for us. We were worried about it all practice, and they didn't move, and it worked out.
I got you. Well, you mentioned throwing a Carolina rig. I have to ask, were both of you Carolina rigging, or were, starting with something in the morning like a reaction bait, or is that just something that you had confidence in going into the tournament and that's what you both stuck with?
Well, I started out throwing a Carolina rig. We never could get them to really react to anything. We never did catch the school and fish on moving baits, but he was throwing a Texas rig for probably half the tournament.
I threw it all day on day one, and day one was pretty even. Like I caught about half of them. He caught half of them.
Mm-hmm.
And for whatever reason, on day two, I caught one 5.5 on a Texas rig, and he caught the rest of them.
Yeah, it was really
It was just, he caught the 36 pound by itself. I just netted.
Okay, so that's very interesting, and that's the cool thing about team tournaments is whether you're netting or catching, it pays the same at the end of the day.
It don't matter.
Yeah, that's awesome. So I have to ask, was this your first trip down to Florida? Have you fished it here before with other college events, or how experienced are you down here on the Harris Chain of Lakes or Lake Tahoe or anything like that?
I fished the Harris Chain a pretty good lot for a lake that's so far away from home, but I fished the Bassmaster National Championship that was there a few years ago, and we didn't do very good in it either. He was still in high school then, and but we've had some fun fishing trips and had some pretty good days, but nothing like this weekend.
Yeah, and I know that you guys, being a college angler myself, you never know what the horizon or the future can hold. You've seen a lot of success coming out of the college fishing right now. You look at Matt and Jordan Lee. I mean, who knows? We might be looking at the next Matt and Jordan Lee brother duo. So I know Matt and Jordan, God love them, they're good friends of mine, but they've never caught 36 pounds in a tournament. That's for sure. So, well, I want to kind of keep this short. I mean, I know you guys got class to get ready for in the morning. You gave a lot of great information, but now you get to officially sit back and relax because you've qualified for the 2022 Bassmaster National Championship. What are you looking forward to in that event? Are you just going to fish it like a normal event? How are you going to prepare? What does it mean to qualify for a tournament of that size?
Well, we're just going to fish it like a normal event. I don't like to put too much weight on something and just give ourselves added pressure, and we're just ready to figure out where it's at.
I got you. All right, so they haven't announced where it is yet?
No.
Wow. Okay, so there's a lot of anticipation there. So, well, any final thoughts? Anybody, family or your school or professors or friends or sponsors that you would like to thank at this time? Not only that help you, but Kentucky Christian University. Now's the time to just kind of reflect on the tournament and give your thank yous if you'd like.
Yeah, we've got a great thing going here at Kentucky Christian. The school really helps us out and supports us in all the events that we want to go to. Our family's been, they've been blowing our phones up, and all our friends back home. All our sponsors, Duckett Rods, Huddle House, Saddlebrook Outdoors. There's a long list, and they've all been very helpful, and we couldn't do it without them.
Fantastic. So, well, guys, it was really awesome to watch you during the weigh-in. Very humble individuals, very new anglers, but I think you guys got a long career ahead of you. What's your next goal after college? Obviously go to the national championship. It'd be great to win that. Maybe even qualify for the Bassmaster Classic. But what's y'all's goals after college?
Well, we're hoping we can make it to the big stage one day. That's the real goal.
That's always the goal.
That's and you're in a for all the listeners out there watching the show and maybe in high school or starting out tournament fishing or whatever, if you're of the age and can, make sure you go to college because it has produced an immense amount of success for guys that are now fishing the Bassmaster Elite Series, the Bass Pro Tour with Major League Fishing. It's a great grassroots program, and the exposure, the thing I want to really talk about more than anything, the exposure that you get as an angler from the college fishing is second to none. So please take advantage of that. And, Matt, Lafe, thank you so much for being on. We're rooting for you from Revital Outdoors. And, man, you guys just put on a heck of a show. And just congratulations once again.
Thank you.
So, well, guys, we're going to let you go tonight. Thanks for having us. And we'll be watching for you in the rest of your year. And good luck to you.
All right. Thanks for letting us on.
Yeah, you bet. Thank you. All right, guys, very exciting stuff. Again, that was Matt and Lafe Messer with Kentucky Christian University. They just won the Bassmaster College event on the Harris Chain of Lakes. They in 2 days, they amassed 61 pounds of 13 ounces, yesterday's weight. They caught 36 pounds and 7 ounces. I know I've repeated that, but it's just unbelievable weight what they were able to bring to the scales. I'm very proud to have them on, and very honored to be able to talk to them about their tournament and their success. So from all of us at Revital Outdoors, again, I'm Theron Asbury. Thank you for tuning into this podcast. Make sure, again, you like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That way you're notified when all of our content is dropping. And then check us out on our social media pages. That's going to be Facebook and Instagram. And if you've never heard of Revital Outdoors, or you're curious about the products that we offer for outdoor enthusiasts, we have a top-of-the-line premium CBD products that is THC-free, made right here in the United States. Great for all outdoor enthusiasts. Check out our website, revitaloutdoors.com. And then finally, if you're an avid angler or an avid hunter and you feel like you would be well suited to represent Revital Outdoors, check out our website, go to our pro staff page, and fill out an application to become on our pro staff. We review all applications and are always looking for new talents to represent Revital Outdoors. So again, thank you to the guys with Kentucky Christian University and basically all of the anglers that fish the Bassmaster College event on Harris Channel Lakes. I'm Theron Asbury. Have a great evening. Good luck out there, and be safe out on the water.